Welcome to the channel. Today we're going to have a look at the Gnorp Apologue. I played this for about an hour yesterday just to get the general idea of the game, but we will be starting afresh here. So this is, for some reason in parentheses, the Gnorp Apologue, and this little guy here is a Gnorp. We can move the camera around, but in the majority of this we're going to be following this guy and beating up a rock. So we're learning about how there are talents that you can learn for your Gnorps, but nothing that I can do with yet. So let's move on. Let's follow our little guy. You can zoom way in on this adorable little collection of pixels. So the Gnorp Apologue could be described as a clicker, as an idle game, as an incremental game, as a roguelite, but at its core, it's crazy addictive. So the plan is to crack this rock, collecting as many of these shards as possible, which our Gnorps will then smush down into one smaller block and use to build and improve ways of destroying the rock, collecting more shards, building more structures, and going from there. So that's where the incremental aspect comes in. So we need to collect these. So I've not played this with the sound on before, so these little plops are quite interesting sounding. So there we go, we've now collected 6 shards and we have 3 Gnorps. We need 10 to be able to purchase anything. So I plan on playing this for about 10-15 minutes today, just to get a basic overview for anyone who's new to the game and just wants to see how the game even starts. Because I know for myself, before I dived in and made the purchase, which was only £5, I wanted to kind of see what the game was before committing to it. So now we can buy the Express or the Slam Club. I'm going to go with the Express first off, which gives us the option to turn our Gnorps into runners. Runners will then go and collect the shards for me so that I don't have to be doing all of this moving on my own. So slowly building up that idle aspect to the game. So when we've got 10, we will then upgrade and buy the Slam Club, for which we need 2 more Gnorps. So before we can get more Gnorps, we need housing. So housing is actually going to be the first thing we build here. There we go, we've got 12 coins. Build some housing, get 2 more Gnorps. Let's help these guys out, help them collect this resource. So again, we're going to need more Gnorps to get the Slam Club, but that is the first aim here. The Slam Club, what that will provide us are little guys this side of the rock who will slam into this rock, generating more shards for us. Now we're at the start of the game, so we're going to have to do a bit of manual clicking here. Thankfully, holding down the left mouse button does auto click for us, so we don't have to repeatedly be hammering that left mouse button, which can obviously get a bit tedious. We're at 15 money. Can we do anything now? We'll buy the Slam Club, which I believe builds this side. So we have housing, the Express, the Shard Stash, and now the Slam Club. So we have no Slammers currently. With 1 more Gnorp, we could get a Slammer, who, as I said, will help generate more stash for us, more shards. So for that we're going to need more housing, so we need to get up to 16 coins again. I say coins, it's these shards. I think I'll probably refer to them as coins just for ease. Music in this game is quite nice, it's quite relaxing, really helps just kind of get you in that zone. Now with these little towers that start building up, you can only clear them from the top down. So that does get a bit frustrating when you get quite a few towers going, but that's where another class of Gnorp come in, where you can actually create mountaineers who will climb those towers and help shovel the coins closer to the stash. So with a few more Gnorps, which we have building right now, and then we can build slammers. So out goes our slammer straight into the rock, generating a little bit of stash for us there. I'm going to get a second one as well, just because it really helps eliminate the need to even do any of the clicking. Slammers are absolutely fantastic. Further down the line, you can unlock arrows, ice arrows, fire arrows, bomb arrows, I believe. But for now, we're going to focus on those slammers and getting some runners to collect these shards for us. So we're starting to build up a bit of a multiplier up the top, which will be quite nice to see. I would like to increase the capacity that the Gnorps can carry, but I was about to say 31 seems quite a way off. We're actually at 25, 26, so we're getting close to that 31 constantly, so we might actually be able to afford that. More housing could be an option, but I think if we go capacity for now, then we should be able to get back to that value for the housing faster. So if we go capacity up, now the Gnorps can carry more coin. Our slammers are doing their job out here. What can we do here? We can increase a warm-up, which will let them hit the rock with more power. Meditation to give them 4 seconds focusing pre-slam, and lets them slam from further away. And slam the coins further. What we have here is one runner, which will only cost us 1 more Gnorp to get another runner. That will probably be useful, but for that we will need more housing. But we're at 10 coins. If I do a bit more clicking, we can get some more shards out there, help that runner gather that stash faster. For some reason, have the game stutter for a few seconds. But we are back underway. It's a very low intensity game. I mean, this is a 50 meg download, I believe, and at £5, I think it's definitely worth a shot. I say I've only played it for an hour and a half at this point, so I am still getting my feet under me, but it's definitely enjoyable. There we go, we can build more housing. Perfect. I'll add another tower on the top there, introduce 2 new Gnorps into our world, and we're already back at 24 coin. So, meditation could be worthwhile. What else can we buy? We could get a House of Shards, which unlocks advanced buildings and gives 4 more Gnorps. So I think we'll aim for that House of Shards, but we are only a third of the way there in terms of value. So maybe a second runner, and if we can get another slammer, there we go, 3 slammers, 2 runners, we can start raking in this coin a bit faster. And I'll help as well, because why not, eh? I will start trying to move the further piles closer to the end, just so that the runners have less distance to travel to retrieve any of these coins. Again, holding the left mouse button works in all aspects here. Just have to be careful when selecting things in the menu, because if you've built up a fair amount of coin and you are holding the left mouse button, you will just auto buy everything that you hover over. There we go, cleared that a bit. We're back up at 68 coin and the game is stuttering again. I can only put this down to OBS. I have played this on the Steam Deck, is how I played this last night. It is not verified or even like known at all in terms of the Steam Deck performance, but it ran fine. The problem was the control scheme. A lot of this is mouse based, and the Steam Deck obviously does not have a native mouse. But there are 2 trackpads on the Steam Deck, and you can adjust the controls. There's a community control scheme out there that lets you have an on-off for the auto click, lets you change one of the triggers to be the left click. It works fairly well. I sat there comfortably for an hour playing it yesterday. So we have just bought the House of Shards. I imagine that is over this side. Here we go. So here we can buy an archery range, the Gnorp Propulsion Lab, which unlocks the bombers, the Cocoa Cafe to get the mountaineers I touched on earlier, the Rock Analysis Lab, which is fairly key from what I've experienced so far, finds weak spots in the rock, which then generates a huge increase in shards, and then gun versus rock for 10,000 coins, which seems a bit wild. We're now on a 2x multiplier with our shard collection though, so this money will start rolling in. I think what we'll do is we'll add another runner and increase the capacity that they can carry. It costs a fair amount to increase the speed they'll collect at, but I think the next thing I'll be buying will be housing, and then we'll look over the left side of the rock. So there we go, we're at 30, 36, build housing. We're already back up at 11, so we'll have 2 more Gnorps coming in. We can get another Slammer, and we'll actually go for another Slammer as well. And I'll add some auto-clicking here. Now, I did mention that this game could be classed as a roguelite. And where that comes in is that shortly, I imagine, we'll see the option to prestige up at the top. Prestiging, from what I understand, resets your progress, puts you back at the start, but unlocks the ability to give your Gnorps different talents. I've not actually investigated the talents, but they're all here, be it fire damage generating shards that fly further and faster, bullet breath, slammers will spray Gatler bullets on the 7th combo, okay, extra damage from fire, extra damage from ice. Yeah, there's a lot of options here that'll be interesting to get to when getting to that prestige level. I feel I'm a way off from it. I played for an hour yesterday, and whilst the option did come up about 15-20 minutes in, I chose not to do it in favour of just playing the game a bit further. So there we go. We've got another Slammer. We've added meditation, which I will leave on. I feel there's no need to have it off. Like, it's there for a reason, right? And we're now working towards getting the probably archery range next. It is the cheapest option, but we will go for that. I'll build some more housing just to give us that capacity when the time comes, because for the archery range we needed 4 Gnorps. So we should now have 4 Gnorps incoming. There we go. Which will then allow us to buy the archery range when we're up at 200 coin. When we get the archery range, I'll have a quick look at that, and then we'll wrap up for today. But yeah, I just wanted to give that basic introduction to the Gnorp Apologue, because it's a very new game. It's a very fun game. It's got, I believe, overwhelmingly positive reviews on Steam, and hopefully you can see why. This is a fairly low stakes, high kind of entertainment, a satisfying little clicker / idler / like incremental / roguelite. I really think it's worth checking out if you haven't already. It's £5.19, I believe, on Steam, something around that mark. And yeah, it works on the Steam Deck, even if right now we're playing on the PC. So there we go. We have the archery range incoming now, which allows us to purchase fire arrows and ice arrows. From what I experienced yesterday, the ice arrows were a lot more useful, but they're obviously twice the cost. So yeah, we'll leave it there. Thanks for tuning in. This has been the Gnorp Apologue. My name is Blue Emolga, and I hope to see you soon.